What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well. Happy New Year to you guys. I've got an exciting video today based purely on meme coins, but we just need to go back to what we said to close the year out. So here are a couple of things. I posted about the DXY, and a further 7% drop could send 2026 into insane levels for Bitcoin and altcoins. Keep that in mind. Secondly, BTC is making a very strong range that it's been in since we had this purple line. Can you see this purple line here? Let me zoom in for you. You are seeing the highest volume candle here that came on the 21st November. And pretty much that was the local low for now. Now, of course, we closed the year out in a negative. Having said that, with everything else pumping, with gold, of course, risk assets really taking a beating, it is no wonder Bitcoin now looks like a natural rotation. Of course, gold and silver still remain a hedge because silver's global shortages and gold's safety, flight to safety assets. So I'm going to give you, of course, my thesis and our thesis in terms of our VIP group. I have made a brilliant start to this year by predicting what's going to happen and what's likely to occur. Now, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, there's always going to be a relief rally, right? If we can't stay oversold for long and forever, crypto doesn't work like that. So take advantage of that relief rally, de-risk on your altcoins. If we get a secure pump, regardless, nothing is secure about market manipulation, but you're going to thank me later when liquidity is fixed, when the headwinds between, this whole clash between Trump and Powell subsides and the Fed ultimately in May get a friendly chair that is going to be working towards the agenda of Trump. Hey, Fed neutrality. I don't make up the rules. Things are going to look very good. But in the meantime, I do expect a level to watch, which is around over 100,000 now, and then from 100 to 110,000. Of course, the downside risk for me, overall bear market target remains around $70, and at $75 or $74, that will be the micro strategy average. All right. So I have posted some, we call it the bear market hit list, in our VIP group. And this is going to be very important for people to survive in the market. And you have to pay attention to what we say in there. If there's a bear market hit list, I'm not saying we're going into the bear market right now, but there is a strategy for crypto to give you financial freedom over a long time. Most of the idiots who wanted to be here, and of course, from content creators to investors, they're all smoked. And this game, you've got to stay patient. And I think the next set of traps will be set by the market, not too distant from now. Now, of course, we got to look at the way the market is looking right now. ETFs and big outflows have been happening as of the last 2 months. However, we have seen a significant decline in the level of Bitcoin ETF outflows. And ETFs in particular, if you look at some of these different ETF flows, you just have to look at this in terms of, Bitcoin versus Ethereum versus alts. Where is everything going right now? And of course, at this moment in time, Ethereum is relatively better than BTC with the overall flows that it's had. So that's something to really watch. And the other thing as well here is, if you look at cryptocurrency fund flows, what we're seeing is a particular flow to, different asset classes. But overall, the 6 hours positive, the 8 hours very positive, the daily is positive. So that indicates money has been coming into the market. However, is that money shared equally? Absolutely not. So the key sectors booming right now are, by money flow, layer one cryptocurrencies. Of course, you got to have layer ones, smart contracts, platforms, and of course, Ethereum ecosystem, because Ethereum is going to be very key in driving all of these institutional adoption in the near future. So just remember, when things get when things all fall apart, you just have to remain level-headed in terms of what you're looking for in this market. Gaming is getting a little bit of flow, metaverse, a little bit of flow, real-world assets, you know, little bit of flow, but Ethereum, layer ones, smart contracts, of course, and then our topic for the day, which is meme coins. They are taking a dump. Now, meme coins are very, very interesting because it's the only place where crypto investors have a small understanding of how the tokenomic works. Initially, they can be pump and dumps, but there are iconic meme coins that make crypto memes very, very attractive and, of course, give people good gains. Now, they are also the very highest of risks. And you can already see here, because we had a little pump today, the outflows or the money leaving them in the short distance is already up, right? And these are smaller time frames because people want to capitalize on that 20% pump, for example, by Pepe and others. But in the long term, if you select meme coins very well and you avoid this emotional narrative of going into communities without understanding what that community is about, well, I think this is going to be a great time for you to do a very good bit of research analysis on what meme coins that can potentially offer you life-changing gains. At the same time, they can absolutely wreck you. So without further ado, drums please, let's get on with what we want to do right here. So here's an interesting concept that I've developed, which is kind of like, I want to see where meme coins are today and what I could potentially hold even if there was a bear market. Now, of course, you shouldn't have a conviction like that on meme coins. You pump, you dump, whatever, you take profits, you do 10x, 20x in a very short space of time. But having the ability to understand how they fit in a modern day market that has Kalshi and prediction markets, just, pay money, say yes or no, and you're in. So we are going to come back into a meme season, but it's not a top priority right now. Having said that, this is for educational purposes. Anything I say is not financial advice. Do your own research and let's get on with this very important ranking video. So the first one I'm going to get is Pepe. Pepe is a chain leader as much as it is an iconic meme coin. Now, to really understand culture or crypto meme coins, you have to go back to many, many years and the start of the industry. Cultural stables, blended humor with volatility, chaos, that is the crypto market. And I do believe if meme coins are to come back strongly, crypto as a whole will benefit because that means retail will be coming back into the market. So, you've got famous ones, you've got the money printers, central bank liquidity. You can't escape from the fact that meme coins are culturally iconic. Of course, there's also, this one is BTC per week scam. This is, there's some crazy memes in general. Of course, crypto influencers love meme coins because they make for easy content where retail understand the risk and pretty much the reward that's involved. But in my opinion, I'm looking at prediction markets. I'm looking at the growth of the viral, and that is a big danger to crypto, by the way. In general, like the normal speculative assets will suffer from this. So I think if this culture can maintain and can remain, Pepe the Wise is nothing like Pepe in crypto. So I believe this is not only a cultural icon, but a chain leader. And of course, if you've been holding Pepe for a while, pump 20% today, Pepe is going to be an important, ever-present meme coin in the future. And I would say that within the context, if the market crashes, of course, and you are seeing Pepe, Pepe moves with Ethereum. Ethereum does well, Pepe does well. All right. dogwifhat is more of it used to be a chain leader, but I would say a dog narrative on Solana will most certainly send the little whiff. I trade this very, very well. This is one of the best, pairs that I've traded. This whiff just does so well for me in the futures. And of course, whether you're holding spot or futures, I think if there's a massive dog narrative, then the father of all dogs is not only the chain leader, but the cultural icon. So right now, I would probably say Pepe leads Ethereum. And this is an iconic meme in terms of Dogecoin. And of course, Doge is the baddest of all bad boys. And it's also a chain leader too. You know, it is just, you know, it's mineable, proof of work. It is absolutely iconic. I think it will do well. $1, I'm not sure, but that is the promised land for Dogecoin, and I think it gets there. Apu. Now, Apu is, I'd have to say Apu is iconic, right? Apu Augusta is an iconic meme coin within crypto. I think it's undervalued. I think at some point it should see a good, absolutely, you know, a pump, because it will be listed on major exchanges. The one that I would hold, and the one that I believe will be a chain leader of Base, is actually not Brett. It is Toshi. Now, Toshi, Brian Armstrong's cat, Coinbase have had an amazing year. They are now leading the prediction markets game as well. I think Coinbase is going to be absolutely going from strength to strength. This is the chain mascot. It has utilities such as creating creative tools and creating other meme coins. So it is the father of all shit coins on the Base network. It's a cool meme. It's done very well. And I think this one, regardless, is going to be iconic one day for Base and Base fans. And in my opinion, Toshi, with all the excitements around Coinbase, I think this one is the one single one that I just kept on buying and buying and buying. And it's going to be a chain leader on Base, in my opinion. Coquinu, I think, you know, we need to go back to the drawing board with a lot of the meme coins, and AVAX has got to produce something. And in my opinion, say probably dead is a strong word, but I'd probably say, I'm not interested in that anymore in terms of where I think it could go. It should really go, but Coquinu, that had its run a very long time ago. Here's an interesting one for you called Millie. Now, Millie is the leader of the meme coins on the Say blockchain. Very risky. And of course, it does actually, rather than just being a chain leader, it does need a